In this video, I'm going to show you a quick demo of how my Jeopardy game works. This is a basic Jeopardy game, however, it does show you all the functionality that you need to have. We encourage you to be creative and think about a variety of ways to interact with the user. So in this case, I'm first going to ask the players for their names, so we'll just say that we're going to have Mike and Jake. And in my game, I always have the first person, player one, go first. However, you can choose to do that however you'd like. And so in this case, I'm going to ask the user to enter a number 1 to 3 to choose a category. Now we need to protect against all bad input. So if the person were to enter a letter, for example, regardless of how many times they enter a bad letter, we need to tell them to enter a number between 1 and 3. If they were to enter a number that it was not a good number, then we tell them to enter a valid number. And then as soon as they enter a good number, then we let them continue. So let's say we wanted to choose a dollar amount. Let's say they goofed and typed in 200. Well, 200 is not a valid integer for what we're looking for. We're looking for them to pick a number from 1, 2, 3, or 4. So then they enter a 2. So here's our question. And let's say, for example, you are part of the 1% of the population that haven't seen this movie. You did not know the answer was A, and let's just say you chose D, okay? So let's say you chose D. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike, that is wrong. So now Jake gets a chance to steal. Now, stealing is an option that you can choose to put in your game. I did put stealing in my game, and Jake rolls up and he says, well, I know the answer to this one. It's a Red Ryder BB gun. So he chooses A, and now Jake not only wins the money, but he also gets the turn. So if you lose a question, you lose the money, and if you get the question right, you gain the money. And this is kind of like my summary at the end of the round, and then press enter to continue. So now you're going to see a couple things. First of all, notice that on the board, we only see available questions. So this question has been blacked out, so we can't guess it. We can also see the total winnings right now. We see that it's Jake's turn, and then Jake picks category. So let's just say he goes with winter facts for 100. Child famous actor, actor's parents forgot him at a family vacation. This would be Macaulay Culkin. So he gets that correct. He gets to go again. Press enter. So now again, we see his amount of money has increased. And let's say we go with mascots. And let's say at this point, he chooses question 3. Okay. And which one does not have a tiger as its mascot? And let's say, he's not quite sure. So he picks Northwestern. And oh, hey, he guessed right. Oops, my bad. Okay, so so now Jake is just continuing. All right, so now let's say that Jake decides to try to guess a question that's already been guessed. So let's say he tries to do holiday movie trivia for 100. So he picks 3 for 100. He's told that that question was already chosen. So you should not be allowed to pick a question that has already been picked. So let's say he goes with holiday music trivia for 400. And let's say, he's not sure, so he guesses, and he guesses B, and that is wrong. And now Mike gets a chance to steal. And let's say Mike guesses D, and that is right. So now Mike has won that question, and now it is Mike's turn. And as you can see, this is going to continue throughout gameplay. So when you're creating your game, you have a lot of choices as to what you can do. You can have it be a 2-player game, such as I did. You can have it be a single player versus the computer, and have the computer randomly choose a question and then randomly choose an answer that goes with that question. You can also have it be a multiplayer game. The requirements are that we have at least 4 categories with at least 4 questions each, and that they increase in difficulty and increase in numeric money amounts. We also want to display the amount of money each person has at the end of each turn, and then whether or not you want to have the players swap turns each time or allow them to keep playing until they get it wrong, allow them to steal, those are all preferences that you and your partner will decide. And so I would recommend that you display the game rules at the start of your game, so that way when I'm grading, I know your intentions. And then remember, if you wanted to earn extra credit, the extra credit option would be to make this game graphics based. So instead of having this text based menu, you would create kind of like an array of buttons. And then when you click on the button, it would basically know that that button is associated with the question, and then it would call the question's methods. Graphics are a fun topic. However, they're not part of our AP curriculum, so we don't teach them. But that doesn't mean they're not fun to learn. So if it's something you're interested in, I would encourage you to start trying to find some good YouTube videos and teaching yourself how they work. So that way, once you get your basic game functionality working, you can go ahead and try to add that enhancement. That'll be worth up to an extra 10 points of extra credit, and the lab itself is worth 75 points. So that is a pretty significant extra credit boost at the end of the semester. So, all right, well, that is all. Have a good day.